We've looked at the positive aspects of gaming. I think it's important to look at both sides of the coin, and we look at some of the disadvantages of gaming. The heart of gaming is competition, and that can be very threatening and intimidating to students. So we have to take that into account when we look at this teaching modality. Also, gaming can be costly. Not only do you have a lot of equipment costs, but opportunity costs, because it takes quite a while to set up games in an educational manner. However, once they are set up, they can be used over and over and over again and just modified slightly. So you have high opportunity costs at the very beginning, but then it's very user-friendly after that. Also, gaming promotes student interaction, and that also can be intimidating towards shyer students. It can also lead to chaos in your learning environment if you don't kind of keep a handle on what your students are doing. So these are all some of the negative aspects to gaming. When I was researching this presentation, I was intrigued to find a study on educators' perspectives on gaming. There have been lots of studies that support the use of gaming from student outcomes, but there has been very little published from a teacher's perspective. A study from Blakely and Skirton compiled information on a group of nurse educators and explored their views toward the use of educational games in the health sciences. An online survey was completed by 97 health educators of various ages and years of educational experience. They asked the respondents how often they use games in their classes. Over half of the participants responded that they use gaming either occasionally, 3 to 5 times a year, regularly, 6 to 10 times a year, or often, greater than 10 times a year. 43% of the respondents stated that they rarely or never use gaming in the classroom. What was interesting about this study is that there was no significant association found between the number of years of teaching experience by the respondent and the frequency of using games in lessons. Similarly, no significant results were found between the age of the respondent and the frequency of using games. So it seems whether a nurse educator uses gaming in the classroom is more an indication of their personal preference than an educator's age or level of experience. So how do we evaluate whether gaming has been effective in our classroom? Well, evaluation for gaming can be done using several different methods, and we do want to evaluate since studies have shown that teachers that participate in self-evaluation perform better overall. And we do want to know if our game that we have developed or are just using was effective for our learners. So some of the ways we can evaluate are just to look at test results. Certainly a better test result would mean that the students were better prepared. Another way we can evaluate is to ask our learners, give them either questionnaires or survey, or just do a direct interview and ask them how effective they thought that the gaming was. And finally, we can use outside observers that can look at our performance and let us know if they think that the class benefited from the game. In conclusion, gaming is a pedagogy that research has shown to be effective in helping learners retain knowledge, perfect skills, and enhance critical thinking. Games are increasingly being used in clinical and educational settings for a variety of student populations, including inpatient education, nursing student education, and clinical education. Gaming is becoming more recognized in nursing curricula as a fun, innovative way to improve student learning outcomes. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation on gaming in the educational setting, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take them. Thanks so much.